Good morning, writing students. I hope that you had a wonderful weekend and you're ready for week 4. Have a little bit of a cold, as you can hear in my voice. So let me walk you through what we're doing for this week. So week 4, week three's discussion was so good on both Scholarship Boy and the other reading, Between the World and Me. I went ahead and reopened it for you to go on and continue that discussion. It will help you as you start to formulate ideas for this first inquiry essay number 1. So this week is the first week where I want you to really look at the assignment sheet and email me with any questions you have at this point. I'd like to walk you through it here and kind of situate you properly as I would if we were in a face-to-face class. So the first thing I'd like you to think about is education. How has this been an important part of your life? Most of you have been in some sort of educational setting for probably 13, 14 years, some of you longer if you add on early childhood ed. Some of you are a little later in college, so give or take between 10 to 15 years of formal education. And I want you to think about how has that shaped, sorry about the dogs, how has that shaped the person that you are today? And I have a quote there at the top of the assignment sheet. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Do you agree with that? That's a quote from Nelson Mandela. Do you agree with that? Do you disagree? How has it been an important part of your life? And what do you believe education to be, or can it be, in this country? So to prepare you to write on this topic, you've read a series of excerpts about literacy in the education system. We've read Between the World and Me, we've read Scholarship Boy, and then you have 2 other readings that you're looking at this week. Who Are You and What Are You Doing Here? And Why American Schools Are Even More Unequal Than We Thought. So 2 more readings this week to kind of complicate, layer in some different perspectives on education to hopefully pique your interest in writing on this topic. And a lot of you have already shared with me that you're very interested in this topic and that you found the readings very valuable. So I'm excited about that. That was my goal for this first unit, is to really pique your interest and get you excited to write. So what I'm looking for in terms of a writing skill is I'm looking at how you summarize 2 of the texts that we've read so far, and how you analyze them in relation to your own upbringing and your experiences with literacy and education. So I'm looking for that skill of summary. And to assess that, I'm looking at how you identify key quotes and you paraphrase them, you put them in your own word, and how you integrate them into your essay. So next week we'll be really focusing on the art of summary and analysis, and you'll have your response paper back from me that you wrote on Scholarship Boy, and that will give you some good feedback on how you're already doing summary writing. Okay, so at this point, you do not start writing the essay. I just want you to really think. We're in that pre-writing stage where you're still doing some close reading of the texts that the essay is on, and you're thinking about, what do I have to say? What can I add to this conversation on education? Okay? There are 2 discussions this week, one on each of the readings, the new readings, Who Are You and What Are You Doing Here, and Why American Schools Are Even More Unequal Than We Thought. Okay? And I'd really like you to, in those discussions, get in there, participate early, see if you can disagree, agree, or expand on some point of the text, right? Choose a quote that you think is interesting and see how you can relate to it. State the quote, give the page number so we know where it's from, and then put it in your own words, okay? So 3 parts there. State the quote, paraphrase it, and then relate to it. And that is really those 3 skills that we're practicing this week are what I will be assessing you on in your first essay. So please pay attention to the discussion. I'll be going in and giving some feedback on both the content of the discussion post as well as the form. How are you doing the paraphrasing? Are you relating to it correctly? So that's what you should look for in my feedback to you as well. Okay? Review the assignment sheet for inquiry essay number 1. Email